A water fight on the streets of Barcelona. Some locals spraying tourists with water guns as they ate at popular restaurants, sending visitors fleeing from their tables. Thousands of protesters walking through the city.
Hello YouTube, it's your boy the Wingman once again, coming at you again with another YouTube video. Title of this video is called Get Out Passport Bros, You Are Not Wanted in Spain, says a protester. And as you can see from the clip, there's major protests going on in Spain against tourism. And Spain is a destination that a percentage of passport bros generally travel to. Now, a lot generally either go to, like the Philippines, East Asia, and then a lot, including myself, I tend to flock to South America. However, there is a percentage of us that do travel to Europe, and I've visited quite a few European countries: Ukraine, Germany, the Netherlands. I've been in France briefly, and I actually enjoyed my stay in Europe. And I definitely recommend you guys, if you have the opportunity to travel to Europe, check out explore Europe. They have actually a train that goes all throughout all the countries. Tickets are very, very cheap. I believe they're about $60 or so to go to the next country. But definitely, if anything else, check out Germany, check out Spain, check out the UK. And even though there's a lot of people who don't necessarily like a lot of Western countries, but it's still, it's still a good visit in my opinion. I still like a lot of the culture there and seen a lot of sights and so forth. Maybe not necessarily the best for finding women, but nevertheless, whenever you have time, please, I recommend that you check up Europe as well. But I digress. Back to the topic, and as you can see from the video, there's a lot of anti-tourism going on in Spain, and one of the reasons is they claim that because there's so much tourism coming there, it's starting to raise the prices, the price of goods. Housing is starting to increase. And a lot of people, a lot of locals there are not able to live off their, the wages that they currently have. And so what they want to happen is tourism to be limited, and they want there to be a bigger focus on the people on the locals and so forth. And there's nothing, overall, there's nothing wrong with that. I just a few things about that. I mean, and this is happening all throughout Europe, and some people have noticed, and also in Medellin as well. And the reason for that is this. For example, in Medellin, the issue there is this. A lot of people there that normally will rent out to a lot of the locals, they've seen that a lot of foreigners are willing to pay a higher amount and kind of want to stay for the long term. They want to stay maybe a month, 2 months. You even have some passport bros that want to stay for like a whole year and so forth. So a lot of the landlords there have they see the value in catering to foreigners. So what they've done is, instead of renting out their apartment to some of the locals, they'll open up, they'll turn their apartment into like an Airbnb, or they'll turn like a room within the house into like an Airbnb, and they'll actually advertise on the Airbnb site. And as a result, there's a lack of housing now for some of the locals. As a result, of course, the landlords, since they know there's a shortage of housing, they're raising their prices. So this is what has caused a lot of the locals in Medellin to kind of begin to look at some of the foreigners in a very negative light. This is now happening in Europe as well, where you have a lot of specifically like a lot of Americans and so forth going there on visas, staying there. I actually met one guy who actually told me he lived in, I believe it was Spain. If it wasn't Spain, it might have been like Portugal, but either way, he let me know that as a senior citizen, he was able to get a visa there, and as long as he didn't work, he was able to stay there for as long as he wanted to. So that lets me know, and I actually had heard before there were reports of a lot of Americans and a lot of people from the West, people from Australia, actually going to Spain and some of the European countries there, because as far as the visa requirements is, it's very easy to get a visa, and then also cost of living in some cases is actually cheaper than it is in the States. And a lot of them can go there and live off like their retirement pension, Social Security and so forth. But unfortunately for the locals, they're saying it's causing a shortage, it's causing a housing shortage. And also with so many people coming there, price of things are going to go up because there's like a higher demand for like these goods. But here's the only caveat with that. So why are they? Because here was the other funny thing about this situation. If you and I'll leave a link to the news video. Here's the other strange thing about this whole situation. They were saying they're anti-tourism, but they're pro-migrant. They want the migrants to come there, but they don't want necessarily the tourists go there. And the only thing I can suspect from that is they believe that the migrants are filling in the jobs that they don't want. You know, like the person who stacks the shelves at Walmart. The person who is, fixing your tires, the guy pumping the gas at the gas station, the guy who's like a gas station clerk, jobs that most people don't care that much about. So I think that's the reason why they kind of are more pro-migrant, but they look at the foreigners as the people taking like I guess the best of the land, like we're there, taking the best apartments. To some degree, there's a little jealousy there as well. But here's the whole caveat about this whole situation. What they don't understand is, and I actually looked this up, and I'll actually show you where literally tourism contributes to 12% of